When Chery came back into the country 3 years ago, they were on the offensive and launched a few models in succession: the Tigo 4 Pro, Tigo 7 Pro, Tigo 8 Pro, and they went on to launching the Omoda brand, which we've just seen. Now they've just launched the Jaecoo brand. So it's an SUV. There's only one model currently in the country, and it's the J7. Personally, my opinion is that this is all thanks to the BRICS coalition, that we've got all these Chinese brands and manufacturers coming into the country. Competition has always been a good thing, and it still is. So the biggest thing that stands out with this car is the futuristic design, right? Over here at the front, we've got this 3-level lights cluster design. The daytime running lights in this car look stellar. You've also got this big, bold, vertical slat grille over here, which is obviously the centerpiece in the design. On the sides, you've got the pop-out door handles, which are still fairly new in the markets. We haven't seen a lot of that. And at the rear, we've got a lights bar, which is quite a common thing with Chinese cars, especially if you go to China. The one thing that does stand out with the Jaecoo J7 is the build quality in the interior. So there's a lot of soft touch materials anywhere you can reach. Obviously you're getting the leather seats in here. You're also getting the chrome and brushed aluminium details all over the place, on the dash, on the door handles, etc, etc. So bigger is not always better, and I don't know if the Chinese got the memo on that. They've gone ahead and put a TV screen on the dash, and personally I'm not a fan of that, because what they essentially do is they take every single button that is meant to be in the center stack and center console and they put it into the screen. So for instance, if you want to adjust your aircon, you've got to go through the screen and go into different menus and settings. If you want to see anything that's got to do with vehicle settings, you've got to go through that screen. Now, while they may have come a long way in terms of futuristic design and build quality, the era of Chinese imitation is not quite over. So if you look at the aircon vents in this car, you see Volvo with those vertical aircon vents. If you look at the door panels, they look very similar to the Land Rover Defender. The Chinese call it inspiration, but you can call it what you like. So the car does come with 4 USB ports in here, but the trick is you're going to have to look for them and find them, right? For instance, you've got 2 USB ports over here, normal USB and USB-C. You've also got 2 USB ports in the back there. I've had to spend quite a bit of time trying to find those, but the upside is that you do get wireless charging, and that is right here. Okay, so let's talk about the driving side of things, right? Jaecoo's positioning this car as a vehicle that can go off-road and do off-roading lifestyle activities. This is an all-wheel drive. It comes with 7 driving modes, which in my opinion is a bit much. I don't see people taking this car off-road. Even though I'm on gravel now, I think this is about as far as it can go, personally, because you sit on 19-inch, very low-profile wheels. So you are quite limited in terms of what you can do and how far you can go. For this kind of stuff, gravel stuff, it's easy. Alright, so beneath the bonnet, the entire Jaecoo J7 range is powered by the same 1.6 litre petrol turbocharged engine. The car is producing 145 kilowatts and 290 newton meters of torque. The lower 2 variants of the Jaecoo J7 are both front-wheel drive cars, and the top spec, which is what I'm driving right now, is an all-wheel drive system. So power is sent to all 4 wheels through a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, and there's nothing wrong with them, but there's always that like half a second delay between you accelerating and the car responding. So whoa. This has lane keep assist. Let me talk about that for a second. What happened there? The lane ended and the car just decided, I'm gonna go that way, into the bushes. So the lane keep assist in this car is a bit intrusive, as we just saw there. I nearly went off the road. Wow. The J7 does come with a lot of safety features. You've got adaptive cruise control, you've got a head-up display over there that shows me my speed, it shows me the cruise control that's active as well as the distance between me and the car in front of me. There's one particular feature that I want to mention. It's an attention assist feature. So if you so much as look away from the steering wheel, even if you glance at your phone, it pops up an alert there that says you've been distracted lately. So I did a bit of an experiment as I was driving. I squinted, right? Squinted, I can still see. And the car popped up a coffee mug saying you need to take a rest. So it's always aware, it's always watching, and it sees when you're not paying attention. In just 3 years, Chery's launched 3 different brands, all of them with SUV models in them. You may be wondering, is it really necessary to have 3 different brands, all of them SUVs? My opinion is, variety is the spice of life, and the J7 over here brings a different flavor to the pot.
Welcome back to Ignition GT. First we had Chery, then Amoda joined, and now we have Jaecoo taking a bow into the market with a J7. It's supposed to be a more rugged and capable proposition, but has it managed to hit the mark with our guests and their estimations? Now, I have to confess, I haven't driven the car yet. Our colleague Gugu took it for a spin.
Sure.
But when it comes to the Jaecoo J7, is it going to be able to come to terms with what the rest of the market offers? Because there's just so much to choose from at the moment.
No, 100%. I think the way Jaecoo came into the market, they came in strong. They came in with a product that was really capable. And like you see with the Chinese market as well, and those products, you have every feature under the sun, which is what the consumer wants. If you look at the sales figures, I think they accounted for 7.4% of sales for the Chery brand just in April. Now that's massive. They're now the top 30 brand in South Africa, and they only launched in April.
Unbelievable.
So the South African market is responding really well to it. And just from a drive perspective, I thought it was beautiful. It's luxurious, it's comfortable, it's everything you need. But there is also the price tag. You get what you paid for.
Yeah. Well, I have heard some concerns about the drivetrain maybe not being the most smooth out of all the drivetrains, but for a car like that, it's supposed to be incredible value for money. We've heard that the Chinese market loves a lot of electronics, and this car is not shy about the fact that it has a giant screen. Ziad, what are your thoughts on the screen?
14.8-inch screen. I mean, you don't...
It's bigger than my TV at home.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But like you say, it has all the features, and just having that, I think, just fits the car perfectly.
A lot of manufacturers are walking back the old "we don't do buttons" thing.
Yeah.
Are the Chinese going to be doing the same going forward, or are they just going to continue down this path of all this electronics as much as you can fit in the car? What are your thoughts?
I think it'll be unfortunate if they don't listen to the consumer. I think at this point, the consumer is saying that we need less screen time and more buttons. We want something tangible, because I mean, if you've driven a car where you have to, sort of have a degree just to find the aircon.
Yeah.
And that becomes frustrating. So yeah, I really do hope they listen to the consumer.
Ziad, there's been a lot of talk about this specific model, this specific brand being the more capable of the Chery brands when it comes to off-road driving. The top spec model's got 4-wheel drive. Is it any good off-road? Can it do the things that they say it's going to do? Is it going to make me want to throw my bicycle in the back and go on adventures?
It will, definitely. I think even with the ground clearance of 200 millimeters, it's good enough. I see that the Chinese are keeping it at that level where the Japanese moving to 210, but you see it in the GWM Tank 300 as well, also 200, but definitely capable. You've got 7 different modes that you can go in: snow, mud, I forget all the others, eco, sport. There's so many different terrains that you can take this vehicle in. We didn't get to obviously go into the snow and mud and whatever, but we did get to experience the off-road capabilities, and I definitely think that it's worth it.